All right. Think we're in good shape here. 1, 2, 3. So where were we? Yes. So right, we're still continuing a combat that's going on for a while, and let's see if we can't finish it up one way or the other here. Top of the order is the big bad guy. So,
They're still
um,
paused.
you are still paused. That's correct. I will unpause here in a second. Do I have control of my? Oh, interesting. All right. Everyone should be good. Daedalus is dancing around.
No, I'm trying to scroll the map, and I'm just forgetting what commands do that.
I know if
Oh,
I
it's right. It's right click and drag.
yeah, right click and drag. You can also
Okay.
use your mouse wheel to zoom in and out.
Yeah. Okay. I've forgotten that.
All good. All right. So, all right. Sure. So I should be able to do this and say, yep. Cast, say what?
Boundary.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Yep, 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 yep.
I'm looking at my spell book. It says 1 out of 4 first level spells. Does that mean I have one remaining, or I've used one?
You have one remaining.
Okay.
It's been a combat.
Okay, that's fine. So I have one first level, two second level. Sorry, one first level, one second level, and two third level,
Um,
according to the spell book.
Sounds correct. Yes.
Okay.
And let me just do one more thing. Um, okay. Um, can I escape this? Let's see if I go escape. Will let me do it? It close enough. So the wizard you'll be chasing comes out from behind the curtain here, and he is going to cast a spell.
I have to spell that.
You want to counter spell?
Um, do I need to click on
Uh,
something?
oh, actually, I already put
Some,
it in the wall. I already put it in the thing. My bad. But oh well. That's going to be fourth
is he casting
level.
another wall of fire?
He's a chunky guy.
That's like his. I guess it might be only his second, fourth level spell. Okay, so I have to make an intelligence check.
Yes, it's a right. You get it's 10 plus the spell level, and you get to add your spell casting ability to that. Yes.
Okay, so what do I click on submit? I opened up my let's configure intelligence saving throws. Okay,
Oh, to
no,
actually spin it. I mean, if
yeah.
you anything you mouse over that's red is clickable
Oh,
and
here we
it will
go. Here we
spin.
go. Ability check.
Yeah, I know. We all got to kind of relearn like Alvery a little bit because it's been like a solid month.
I succeed.
Yes, you do. So, where the heck is? Oh, duh, right there. Uh, he goes. back behind the curtain.
Well, at least everyone knows where he went.
You know where he is. Uh, Everlight. So you are where you are. Your comrades are fighting more to the south. Um,
Mhm.
from the well, I guess it's not your turn to initiative, Javier. So I mean, we'll just say for right now that
Oh, yeah, no problem.
we'll just say for right now you're out of the room, even though you're in the room because we were testing yesterday. But that's okay. You'll be there in 2 seconds. So Everlight, you do hear some strange sounds coming from a distance from the north. Otherwise, your comrades are fighting to the south.
Pretty sure we could use some help in the south because everyone is injured.
Okay, so could
He,
use a spell to heal somebody.
you do have first level cure wounds. You have one first level spell and two second level spells left.
Is that touch or at range?
Cure wounds is touch.
The person who needs it most is probably Lillipora, but I don't think she's close enough for you to move and cast.
He only can move. He can move 35. He can get to
But he can get
Dorgal.
to Paul's character. Is Paul's character still participating?
We were playing him as an NPC because at the time we didn't
Okay.
know that, how long he was
Right,
going to
right,
go,
right.
and I haven't
Yeah, I
written him
mean, you
out
could
yet.
you could heal Dorgal.
Um, Hard to read the names here. So who's above Daedalus?
Dorgal.
That's Dorgal.
Okay. Okay, I'll heal him.
All right, you got to move to him, and do you want to cast that as a first level spell or a second level spell?
Um, I could do first level.
All right, you can usually ask first level. So if you move next to him, you got to
Yeah,
drag your guy over there.
there.
Yep, that works. And then cast a spell. So you'd have to right click on the little heart next to the cure wounds. Can you find it? Or you need help?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, cool.
Click on the heart.
Yep. Cast his first level. Spend the spell slot. Cool beans. Oh yeah, I click on the little healing button, I guess.
And normal.
Probably. I can't see what it
I have
says.
critical hit and normal.
For cure wounds,
Yeah.
I guess normal. I don't know what it's referring to offhand. That works. Okay, he gets 7. I think I can do. Is it here? Oh, nope, it's plus 7 feet. That's not what I wanted. That's for flying. So that's not what I want. Oh, let's go here. That's right. There we go. I've been like designing my own campaign for the last like 2, 3 weeks. So I'm really good at manipulating maps, but I forget how to do the tokens.
Now it says my hit points are 18 out of 46. Is that right?
Sounds right
Yes,
to me.
Okay.
we've all taken some damage.
If you can do something with as a bonus action, you can. Otherwise, you're out of stuff.
Would I be able to cast another spell?
No, only if it was a cantrip,
Yeah,
and you
All
don't have
right.
any
yeah.
because you're
Ranges
a half
ranges don't
caster.
get cantrips.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Let's try and move this thing along before poor Javier gets totally bored. Sorry, man.
Not a problem. I'm enjoying this. Don't worry about me.
All right, cool. Sure. You got it. So we're gonna have a hobgoblin pop out of this door, and let's see what if he can attack. We'll say Lightfinger.
The thing directly to the south of Lightfinger.
It's a little.
It's the Magman.
It's a Magman. Yes. Sorry, I
Okay,
was trying to think of a good description of him, but
that's fine.
I.
It seems sort of grayed out.
Oh,
And
interesting.
well, maybe that's because the circle that Lillipora has. I don't
Oh,
know what that is.
could be. Yeah, he's a little poorer. Gives you the bonuses on saving throws, right? 'Cause she's a
Oh,
paladin,
okay, got it.
so it's there as a reminder that hey, you might want to be in there. Hobgoblin missed. Second Hobgoblin, 10, 20. He just has enough to. He's going to pop out and use his second movement to kind of move around to Little Pora, but otherwise he's done. Lightfinger's turn. Bleh, bleh.
He can sneak attack the Magman.
I don't think he can because there's somebody else next to him. How does that
I
work
thought
for
I,
him?
I thought all rogues could sneak attack an enemy if there was an ally adjacent to the enemy.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. The Magman you can, right? I was thinking about how his swashbuckling works on the other guy.
Ah,
But yes, he can certainly go after the Magman if that's what you want him to go for.
and then that's the only one he can sneak attack without provoking opportunity attacks by moving.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, I guess he could disengage as a bonus action.
He
But
can.
I think sneak attacking the Magman is fine.
Okay. You want to go with that?
Yeah,
Cool beans.
because he can still disengage and move away after that if he wants to.
Yes. Boop. 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 Yeah, he hit. How much does this guy? Oh, it's dead. So give me 1 second.
Does it explode?
It does explode.
Well, at least they have a saving throw bonus.
They do.
Does it hit the hobgoblins? Oh, each creature.
Yep. Each creature within 10 feet. So that's the two hobgoblins and Little Pora and Lightfinger himself. So if all those folks could make a saving throw, DC 11, that would be a
You're
deck
in
save.
control of all of them except for Lillipora.
Yeah, I know. Little Pora, you out there?
Yeah, I'm looking for where the saving throws are.
Just go ahead.
If you double click your character and click on attributes
I
to
want.
the left,
Yeah, I see the attributes.
and then you can click on dexterity, and it'll ask you if you want to make an ability check or a saving throw, and you just click on saving throw.
Oh, okay. I saw dexterity. I'm like, that's not the saving throw.
Well, shock of shocks, the rogue made it.
It says type error. Formula replaced is not a function. It's not letting me click saving throw.
That's weird.
I'll do it for you.
Oh, no fun.
Well then,
I'll go on my other. I'll go on my sheet.
all right, go on your sheet. Boop. So while I'm here, damage, please.
It says virtual tabletop not found. I guess you have to do it for me.
You can link it up somehow to Foundry, but you have to click something on D20, on D&D Beyond or something. One of the extensions or pages. There's a way to hook it up to Foundry. I just don't remember how exactly.
All right. And for Lepora, real fast. Oh, interesting. It won't do it for me either.
Can you just do it manually, like roll 1d20 plus whatever the bonus is?
I'm going to. I'm also going to re-import Lepora's character real fast. See if that fixes it. Work. Ha!
Did it work?
It did. She failed by 1. Lillipora takes 6. The Hobgoblins take 6. Lightfinger would only take 3. He could do. It's not worth spending the.
It's not worth, not
Yeah.
worth uncanny dodge for 2 points.
Yeah. All true.
Done.
So -3.
So I don't. Uncanny dodge works against non-attacks. The phrasing suggests that's only attacks.
Could be. I can't say. I read it that closely. It says when an attacker you can see hits you with an attack. So they didn't hit you with attack, you couldn't apply it.
So it looks like Lillipora just went up. Maybe when you re-imported her.
Possibly. Oh yeah, it probably did. Stink. I wonder how many hit points she had left.
She was orange but not red, so it looked like maybe a third or a quarter. Obviously, I don't know the numbers.
27.
You were on 27?
Yeah.
All right. I had guessed 30, so I wasn't off by much. And does that include the damage you took?
No.
All right. Okay. All right, so the Hobgoblins get hurt fairly badly. They're bloodied. Daedalus, you're up.
Is this a corner I can move across, or do I have to move like 2 squares or something?
You can diagonal it. Go for it.
So I have 1 square left. I don't see anyone else except for this. Is this someone I can see? This person in the corner behind? Is this behind the curtain? I guess.
Yeah, it's a curtain, so you can see him.
This guy right here.
Sure.
Okay, I will. Sorry, I'm losing track of my character. I will use my features. Momentary stasis feature. I can force him to make a Constitution saving throw
Mm-hmm.
against a DC of 15.
That's a fun one. Nope.
Okay, I'm going to decrement my uses here to 3. So the effect is he's encased in a field of magical energy until the end of my next turn or until he takes damage. While he's encased, he's incapacitated and has a speed of 0.
All right. So he's incapacitated, right?
Yeah.
All right. There is one for that. Bink. All right. He's got the official incapacitated marker. Very nice. So you see him kind of freeze in time as you do that. He just kind of goes, "Er," right?
Yeah.
I don't know if it makes that sound, but you know.
Right. I'm done. I moved one more square.
All right, that's fair. All right, so it is actually that character's turn. So does he end of his turn? He makes the save again. Is that the idea?
There's no saving throw. but it wears off at the end of my next turn,
At the end of your next turn.
or if he takes damage.
Yeah, I've pissed off some Dungeon Masters with that in my time because once they save, they get no save, and then you get a chance to throw it at them again before their saving throw is up. So,
Yeah, but I mean, it only lasts for one turn. And, like it's not that different from like Hold Person,
oh
which
yeah, yeah, yeah,
often lasts just one turn.
all true. So that's a Hobgoblin Captain that comes out, and that took a double movement to get that far. Dorgal, what are we gonna do with him?
I think he can reach anyone useful. He could kill a. Sorry, he some water, but he could attack the hobgoblin that's next to Lillipora, because that would free her up to move south.
Fair enough, we can do that.
Like she could go attack the incapacitated evil mage.
That he could. So she could. Let's longsword attack. That hurts. This hobgoblin is dead.
He could actually. He should still have movement. He could actually attack the hobgoblin captain as well with his second attack.
Yes, he can. Actually, I'll put him down there. How about that? Boop. Ooh, that's gonna hurt.
Ooh, nice.
Does he get any other extra bonuses I don't know about? Let me just make sure.
I think so. Just
He
normal
gets
longsword, right?
he gets extra he gets extra damage as a half orc doing a crit, right?
Yeah, but I think it's already calculated in. It's 1d8 plus 1d8 for the crit plus 1d8 for being a half orc.
Okay, so it's smarter than me. Fair enough. Just making sure it was doing it correctly. All right, so the captain is pretty hurt from that, but not dead. We'll say he's at least bloodied. Lillipora, you're up.
So I think incapacitated gives you a free crit.
Sure. I can double check that, but I know the rules is something like that.
Like at a minimum, it's advantage. I think it might also be a crit, but I'm not sure.
Thank you. It's been so long since I looked at it.
Yeah.
Unless you know off the top of your head, Javier. So they can't take actions or reactions, which I knew.
Mm-hmm.
And hits against them are, I know hits against them are advantage, but is it an automatic crit when you're incapacitated? I presume it is.
Incapacitated, yes.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's not in the incapacitated
Yeah,
description.
you have to be next to the creature to get the crit, but that's not a
Yes.
problem for Lillipora.
All true.
Actually, incapacitated means several things, like dropping prone. If you want to attack from a range distance, it's with disadvantage. So yeah,
True.
this is why incapacitated doesn't state it like so. It's like a bunch of things you need to track down.
Yeah. All right, Lillipora, what do you want to do? What's up, girl?
I guess I
can-
want to go down and attack the floating hand.
No, that's my floating hand.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's Daelus's floating hand.
But you could attack the evil mage and auto crit.
Where is that? I don't see it.
Southeast.
You got it. Daedalus tells you to go through the curtain to the southeast.
Yeah. It looks like a silhouette.
You're at an angle, Daedalus. You can see through it, but she cannot.
That's not southeast.
At southwest, dear.
So toward the hand.
Yeah, past the hand.
Keep going. Down. Diagonal. Diagonal down.
Yeah,
There
there
he
you go.
is. Go one more. All right. 10, 20. You can go one more east. There you go.
Why does it look like a shadow?
Why does it look like a shadow? I don't know. I don't know what you're
A
seeing.
very philosophical question.
All right, I'll attack it. Can I use the my character on this?
You should. I mean, let's just refresh it there. I will say this: you have a choice. Okay. You notice that you have a very incapacitated uh mage looking person in front of you in full health, and then to your east you see the real big bad magic user who has been casting wall of fires everywhere in critical condition.
I like to attack that critical condition guy.
Can you reach him?
Not with a melee, but she might. I don't know who she could throw one of her javelins at disadvantage, or she could. I don't
It's
know
a
what else she's got.
disadvantage.
Why
Why is
dis-
it
Because you're doing a ranged attack with somebody next to you.
even if the person's incapacitated?
Oh, they're incapacitated. It would not be in disadvantage. Thank you for reminding me.
Okay, I will throw a spear.
All right, chuck it.
First, I gotta find it again. Hold on. Inventory?
This is in Foundry.
Yes.
Yes, inventory. You should see your 10 javelins. Click on a little picture of the javelin next to javelin parenthesis 10.
Oh, I don't need to bring up the character sheet. Okay.
Nope.
Well, okay. Javelin.
Click on the attack button that's in Foundry on that one screen.
Oh, okay. Uh, oh, it's the. Wait, where's the attack button? Sorry.
That's okay. On the right hand side of your screen,
Yeah.
you see something at the far right, that column of stuff, right?
Yeah, I have the initiative up right now.
Click one to the left, and that's where
Okay.
the rolls are. It looks like two little speaky boxes.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. All right. Now, all right. So normal.
Yep.
Yes. I gotta see what his armor class is. Nope, not good enough. You cling off his armor. You can throw a second one because you take 2 attacks.
Throw again.
Yep, do attack again. Okay.
Ooh.
That's gonna do it. So when you click damage and say double. Or critical roll, critical hit, or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a dead mage. Do you want to describe how you kill this guy?
Great.
I am dancing on his grave right now.
Okay.
I moved on to the celebration.
All right, fair enough. We'll go with it. Um, this hobgoblin is going to help his captain, like a good soldier should. Not if I keep spinning fives, I won't. But hey,
Bad soldier.
bad soldier. All right. Javier, help me out because I am horrible with words.
Not a
How do
problem.
you pronounce your character's name?
Chooser.
Because Untitled,
Chooser?
I had to say that.
Yeah.
All right,
Shooter.
Extruser. All right, I'll work on that.
Shoot.
Uh,
Read it like an S.
all right.
S-H.
Oh yeah. Right. Chooser, you got it. All right,
Sure.
I got it. Yep. X like an S. You're right. Chooser, you got it. Um. So after we'll say sneaking around, right? These various various caverns, right? That I described offline.
Mhm.
Um. You have looks like stumbled upon the group you have been looking for, right? The room itself has quite a number of dead bodies of other cult members of the fire cult. Um, you see to the south that the battle seems to be raging with, you know, a- against a bunch of hobgoblins and other things to the south, right? But otherwise, yeah. Long story short, that's where you are.
Awesome. So that would be my introduction time.
For now, because you're just kind of walking into the middle of this mess. So, that's what you see. To their point of view, you're wearing garb of the air cult as you're coming in, right?
Wouldn't be exactly like the air cult, more like air people, but
Air. Well. If you remember the description, I mentioned that you had, you know, taken some of the garb of the air cult, so you could sneak around this area unmolested. We'll say.
you're right. You're right.
So
So as soon as I see them, the Arakokra with the green feathers will cock his head a little bit and go like, "Oh, I think I found you."
okay.
Uh, Basically, to Everlight, who's the one I can see, I guess.
Yeah, you can
Hmm.
see
Yeah,
him. Yes.
I don't think you can see anyone else.
Exactly. So with that, he'll. Oh, I guess he'll try. Schuster will try to move.
I think once you draw the line, you have to hit spacebar to move along the edge, if I remember correctly. But that's
Yeah.
going by memory.
You are right. I don't recall that, but
I could be wrong. I just usually pick up my character and move it, but I think you can
Yeah,
do
you can
that.
also use arrow keys to move one square at a time.
oh yeah, I also use the arrow keys. But in this case, I was gonna ask how high the ceiling
I'm sorry.
because the. Mhm.
No, say that again. I didn't quite catch it. What do you want to
Oh,
ask?
how high is the ceiling in this room? Because the Schuster will like to approach and kind of cause a nice impression at first. He'll fly up and just land really near where there is, and if he's got more movement, he'll like introduce really quick what his intentions are, and then move in to assist or help or yeah, he needs to assess the situation. But to the first one of the group that he's been tracking down, he'll address like, I'm here to help. I've been tracking you.
All right.
Trapped by a bird cultist.
Let's see. I'm just making sure that this room isn't higher ceiling. It is not. The ceiling is 15 feet high.
That's enough. That's enough. And I say that was 35 there, and with the flying speed, he'll be able to join 35 uh 40 50. That will be about it, I guess.
Close to your fly speed. 60, is it?
50.
50? Okay.
So that I guess that's enough for him to go there. And yeah, not in enough reach to get there, but let's not waste much time. And as he's introducing himself, like catching up and assessing the situation, he this Aarakocra cocks his head, moves very bird-like spins one of his lower talons, his feet, up in the air, and as he's doing that, golden energy comes from the tips of the feathers where the green turns into a yellowish hue, and this pulsating energy forms another set of wings, majestic like eagles, and his face also starts spewing this eagle face with long feathers, almost like the transparent looking bald eagle on top of the Aarakocra. And that's the invocation of the visage of the astral self plus the arms of the astral self.
Okay.
And that will be Shush's turn introduction.
Okay. Awesome. Very dramatic. I love it. All right. I've got one other hobgoblin comes into view, and he'll go after Lightfinger. Wow, it just keeps getting worse for team bad guys. Everlight. The
Yeah.
hobgoblins can't hit anything. They're just swishing their swords through the air. I guess partially panicked as you guys are kind of wading through them. Daedalus, just out of curiosity, that thing that you cast is a concentration, correct?
I think so.
So-
The
The one that held the other guy, so your hand probably goes away.
let me double check.
Okay, that's fine. You can check while Everlight goes.
It doesn't say anything about concentration.
Oh, okay.
I mean, because it only lasts for one turn, so
Yeah, fair enough. I wasn't sure.
yeah, it doesn't say anything about concentration here.
Oh, nice. Never mind then. Okay. Everlight, you're up to bat.
Okay. I see the hobgoblin captain is just below Lightfinger.
He's actually two below Lightfinger. So
Two
it's actually
below.
the one with the green icon.
Okay. Now, other than the people between me and the captain, I have line of sight for my bow and arrow. Is that correct?
You can shoot him. I'll give him some extra AC for half cover or something like that. But you can fire away.
Okay.
The way you shoot, you'll probably hit him at least once anyway.
All right. So, trying to find it in my sheet again.
You could do it on the sheet, or you could do it from inside of Foundry. To be honest, I find that I mean, I like D&D Beyond for keeping track of your character sheet overall. It's easy to take care of stuff in there, but for actually playing Foundry, I use and I just kind of re-import your stuff, and it seems to work pretty well. There you go. Hit
All right.
attack. Okay.
Wow, crit!
It's a lot of crits.
Kind of like the DM said, the way he shoots, he's going to hit him, but
Nice.
didn't expect the crit, but go for it. So click on damage and tell it that it's a critical roll as opposed to a normal roll. $16. That is enough to finish him. Do you want to describe how you smack him with your arrow? Especially with a critical hit like that. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Penetrated the chest area, and blood started flowing quickly before he collapsed and breathed his last.
Okay. Awesome. You have another attack with your bow. Who do you wish to target? I'll say that the hobgoblin furthest to the west is bloodied, and the other two underneath Lightfinger are undamaged.
Furthest to the west, is that?
Oh,
Do I have?
that's Oh, I can't. How do you ping in the Foundry?
I don't know.
I don't know if you can, but it's blah.
Well, I can click on
It's this guy,
character.
the guy I'm moving.
Oh, that's okay. All right, yeah, I'll aim for him.
Fire away. You just have to click the attack button that was, that you did earlier. You have to redo your character sheet.
Okay.
16. Survey says no. He has pretty high armor, so that's not going to work for him.
All right.
Do you want to move or anything, or?
Yeah, I'll move next to Schuster. Did I
Go
say
for it.
that right?
Yeah, yeah.
All
And
right.
you actually would see the Aarakocra like kind of small clapping quickly, like and maybe a wink, and qualifying that shooting. That's amazing. Go ahead.
Very nice. All right. I'll have to look how to ping here in a second. I was just looking it up. All right. I'll do it in a second. So it's Hobgoblin's turn. He will go after Lightfinger. I should have something convenient here. Oh, that's going to hit.
Finally, Lightfinger has a chance to use Uncanny Dodge.
He
Nice.
does. Right, he can have the attack or half the damage. So let's see what he gets. Okay. So 7 halved, 3.
Hmm.
Not very impressive against him at all. So it's Lightfinger's turn.
If he disengages from the Hobgoblins, he can go sneak attack the mage and crit. I think he's enough movement to do that.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, he moves 25. So 10. Actually, I don't think he does. Yeah, he's like 5 foot short,
Bummer.
right? Because if he disengages on his bonus action, right, then
Yeah, he only has a move.
or he can play it risky and try and go for the AOOs, and then he could use his bonus action to move instead of disengage.
How many hit points does he have left?
He has 22.
Sorry?
22.
Well, he raised to survive. Pretty. I mean, he also has Uncanny Dodge available again if he gets hit.
All right, you're going to go for it?
Yeah, go for it.
All
Make
right.
it exciting.
His character, he's not here. This is what happens when you don't show up.
Yeah.
That's a miss. And he is an armor class of 15, so that would hit. I don't know of anything else that would stop it, so we'll say it hits. Is he using his dodge since he has a new reaction?
Yeah, definitely. Because I think once he's over it in the east, he's unlikely to hit it again.
All right. All right, he'll take 2 then.
Isn't so bad.
Nah, it's not so bad. Live on the edge. All right.
So he should have advantage for this roll.
Yep.
I mean, he only needs to hit once because it's a crit if he hits.
Yep. Critical hit, piercing. That doesn't do the stabby
It's
stabby.
also, yeah, it's also a sneak attack,
Yep.
which is 66, I think.
Yeah. Well, am I wasting my time? Let me see. How much does he get? 66.
66
He's
for
going to
the
be
crit.
dead. But I'll roll it just for giggles. Yeah. So, Lightfinger, runs over to the other mage, taking a slight slash on the arm as he runs through, and basically just pushes his short sword through the guy's throat, and that's the
Nicely
end
done.
of the mage, or the second mage. Daedalus, you're up.
Um, I'm gonna move here to firebolt the injured hobgoblin, the one on the left.
Okay. So 12. Yep.
Well, I forgot I get 2d10 at this level.
Yep. Your firebolt takes out one of the hobgoblins.
And I'm gonna go back over here.
Okay. Doracle has plenty of targets to go after. Attack. Oh. No, that's going to miss.
Wow. These guys have a really good AC. Oh,
Yeah.
another crit.
Well,
Nice.
I can only imagine it would be so painful if Paul was the one rolling all these 20s instead of us. If we were getting crit left and right, oh my god, we'd be so smashed up.
uh, the first slash runs wide, and the second one just basically lops the hobgoblin's head off.
Nice.
Lillipora.
Is there anybody left?
Yep, one hobgoblin. Unless you see something in your room.
Nothing.
No.
What is there like a line of sight, or where's my little line where I can tell? Oh,
There.
thank you.
There you go.
So can I get anywhere? I can't get anywhere.
You can just move. There's a curtain to your west, so if you just move through the curtain, you'll be back with all the others. Whoa. There you go. Because that
All right.
curtain is kind of a semi-barrier. You can sometimes see through it, sometimes you can't. It's not a hard barrier.
Oh, and where's
Like,
the bad guy next to?
he's right south of you. You moved right next to him.
Oh, okay. So I can.
Yeah, that mean looking. It almost look like a cat as opposed to a
Yep.
hobgoblin because he's small.
I can flail him.
Yep.
Flail away.
I've been waiting to flail. It's been too long. Aha! Attack.
That's going to hit. Twelve takes care of the hobgoblin. Do you want to describe how you hit the last hobgoblin with your books?
There was a big whirlwind, and they went round and round, and they took out the last guy with a big blow to his head. And he went down with a crash. The
Okay.
end.
The
That's
end.
a mighty blow.
What's that?
What? That's a mighty blow. The Arakokra will add.
Ah, thank you.
All right. Well, it's been a session and a half, but you're finally out of combat.
Wow.
Who would have thunk?
Wait, weren't there any more hobgoblins?
No, I'm sorry. They got finished off real fast. There's more on the other side of the door that you kind of bluffed your way through if you want to go fight them.
Ah, no, not at all, not at all.
Um, I think we should rest.
Agreed.
That's probably a good idea. And I would say, I guess quick introductions for now, from my part at least. Again, I've been tracking you. Got notice some fellow questers, adventurers. We're following this path. I'm also here to help. Uh, we should make safe to a place. And DM, when the Arakokra activates his visage, he gets 120 feet of dark vision, but I don't seem to have it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I'm also new to Foundry, so I need to find out how to alter that or click on off.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to unoff it, but you want a 120 of dark vision, right? So it'd be dim vision.
Yep, and this dark vision also penetrates magical darkness.
Does that
Thank you
help?
very much. Oh yeah, totally.
Okay.
And he nods to the elf hunter around there, and he recognizes the what's the word, the sniping skills. So he'll be again almost like clapping, like expert to an expert in bow hunting. We should take a safer place. Where to?
Maybe behind the curtain.
And you are seeing the Arakokra moving there.
Okay. So just to kind of describe these rooms, because you guys kind of fought through them, right?
Yep.
So the room that you are all moving in now. Let me kind of move. Let me grab Dorgal and Lightfinger in there as well. Think if you want to move behind it, there you go, Lurapora, great. So the room that you're in right now is really just kind of the tapestry that you moved behind is burnt. The rooms in here has a lot of scorched bed bunks and a charred desk. There's nothing of value, but you know, if you think that, what would you find in a kind of a bedroom that would be for someone who worships or is part of a fire cult? Yeah, it's kind of a burnt bedroom. There you go. There's nothing else of value in this particular room. Um, the room that you came from, which has a bunch of dead hobgoblins in it right now, um, that room itself was a mostly empty room that also had burn marks and so forth in it. No furniture or anything like that. Um, the room that the hobgoblins came out from the west, right? From what you could see from a distance, as you kind of walk through, you kind of see it's like a barracks type area that they were in. There's a couple of sleeping pallets and you know, not a whole bunch of excitement there. Similar for the real big room that um, you were fighting in as well, right? Mostly last session, but the big room to the north also has a lot of sleeping pallets scattered around, as well as a couple of. I'm sorry, one second. There's a couple of ancient forges and anvils in the room as well, but It doesn't look like it was really used for forging. It was really used as like um, a sleeping quarters to a number of the cultists that you kind of worked your way through.
Right.
So, are you? I take it you're short resting.
Yes.
All right. So, whatever dice you have available, go and figure out how many hit points you have left. I'll take a look at Dorgal and Lightfinger here in a second. It looks like it's. I don't see Dominic's character. He's probably underneath somebody else. Where's he at? There
Yeah,
he
I think
is.
yeah.
I'll move Lightfinger out of the way so you guys can figure out your stuff. Lightfinger has all his hit dice. So let's expend some.
So how do the hit dice work here? Just click short rest.
You click short rest, and then there'll be select dice to roll, and just roll on dice, and that will increase your hit points. Um, that being said, like you can use as many hit dice as you want, and you can kind of roll them one at a time to see how you do. Lightfinger got a good first spin with an 11. Another 11. Okay. He'll do one more. 46 out of 51 sounds, well, yeah, I guess that's probably good enough. He gets +3, so. Do you want him to roll one more to get him up to full, or is 46 out of 51 okay for you guys?
46 is okay.
Okay. Burp.
I used my Arcane Recovery to get back a couple of spell slots.
Okay. All right. Dorgal spends his dice. Um, did you find what you needed, Lightfinger? You can do more than just one die. You can keep spinning until your hit points are higher. Did you spin it all yet or not? Dominic, did I lose you?
You said Dorgal.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong D word. My bad.
Everlight. I rolled a 2. I got 5 more rolls available.
You can keep going and get yourself more hit points because you don't even have half yet. So,
You can go as far as you want to.
yep. You got 4 more rolls. Maybe one more. That's pretty good. You're only down 3.
That's pretty good.
All right, click rest when you're done.
Okay.
All right. All right, so you're resting among a bunch of bodies.
That's tragic.
Once we've rested, we could search them.
Fair enough. All right. So the let's see. Gotcha. So on the main wizard, right? Let's see. Boop. Oh, let's just go this way. This is probably easier. Yep. Um, he has a dagger. Very nice looking dagger. Uh, on everyone else, give me 1 second. Um, the Hobgoblin Captain has a potion of healing and 60 silver pieces. Everything else looks like normal weapons and armor and so forth, right?
Okay, so the 60 silver pieces is basically like 1 gold per person.
Woohoo!
And someone should take that dagger. Don't all volunteer at once.
Go ahead. Had not much use for daggers, but it's okay.
Why don't
Yeah.
we give it to Lightfinger? I don't think anyone else is likely to use the dagger.
Okay.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
So Lightfinger notices that the dagger is uncommonly sharp. Um, yeah, it's pretty nice. I mean, it's likely a magical weapon. Just based on the way it looks, and it's either a very fine, well-made dagger, and it's likely magical. So, but he's going to
Yeah,
have to attune to that to be
right.
able to use it. It's actually nicer than your normal dagger.
Um, I, I think we need to explore these rooms.
Oh yes.
All right. Let's double check something. Attunement is a long rest, right?
Rest
Yeah.
or a long rest.
Is it a short or long?
Yeah,
It's 1 hour.
Is it 1 hour? All right, then he'll attune to it. So I will tell you what it does since he's going to attune to it, right?
sure.
So, the dagger is called Tinder Strike. Besides being uncommonly sharp, um, the handle is always warm to the touch, and the blade itself will smolder for 1 to 4 minutes after it's used to do damage. It has +2 to attack and damage, and when you hit with it, the target will take an extra 2d6 fire damage.
Pretty sure that's better than this +1 short sword he's got.
Yep.
It's definitely better than the +1 short sword he's got.
Pretty good. Pretty good weapon.
He can speak. He can suddenly speak. Ignan fluently. I'm not familiar with that language.
It's a
Ignan.
fire. It's a fire
Yep.
elemental language.
That's what I figured, but I never heard it called that. Okay.
Aquan, Ignan, Terran, and Avian. Auran. Sorry, Auran.
Yeah,
Okay. So he can speak that fluently. He has resistance to fire damage. He can also cast Dominate Monsters on fire elementals once per day, I believe.
well, that could be useful if we find any more fire elementals.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Is there anything in this room, the Hobgoblin room?
It's just outside of the. We'll give you some caffeine there. Everlight. Everlight gets a soda. It's
right.
outside the potion of healing and the 1 gold apiece. It's just a bedroom.
Okay. What about the room of the altar where we first found the Vanifer?
Good point. Give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second. This.
Well, I should describe that 10 minutes into the short rest, the golden visage of the royal gold eagle on top of Chooser just vanishes and kind of like gets sipped a little bit into him, but also vanishes like up and around him, just like popping a bubble.
Okay. So you broke up there a little bit. I'm sorry.
Oh,
His
Chooser just dismisses that. Thanks.
yeah, his visage vanished.
Oh, gotcha. All right.
Yeah,
So
it's 10 minutes or but I get back the key points I spent, so it's really good for me.
gotcha. Give me 1 second. All right. So back to the other room. And if I look here, yep, that works. Sorry, I was adding Tinder Strike to
Yeah, it's
Lightfinger's
fine. No problem.
stuff.
I'm sure he appreciates that.
I would think he does. Let's just do this. So you're at. All right. So you were going into the other room, and if you want to walk in there, go ahead. You can walk around to it. Uh, if nothing else, that way we can. So that's room is. I'll grab 2 people. Got to grab 2 people. Right. So that way, Sojour can see where you all have been. So that's basically north and then go to the east. Little Poor, are you there? You want to walk around?
Sure.
Cool beans. Um, so in this room, right, you have the raised dais along with the altar that fills the alcove. Um, you have the 2 smoking, smoldering, um, those small fire pits or whatever, where the um, fire elemental came out. Or I guess it
Yeah.
was 2 fire elementals. There's rich tapestries, um, but beyond that, there's nothing else of value in the room.
Okay. I think the next place we have to go is north, where we hear those noises.
How do I get through this barrier?
Where are you? 1 second. Oh, it's just a door. 1 second. I'll get
Yeah.
both Little Pora and you in the same spot. 1 second. There you go. All right. So where do you want to go from here?
However, that was suggesting north, right?
Yeah.
All right. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Cool. Oh, sorry, I grabbed Vicky's character by mistake.
Oh, and I went through a wall. Sorry.
Yeah, I see that. Shoot.
Thank you.
Yep. The little poor gets stuck as well. Oh, she didn't. All right. All right.
I guess the Arakokra monk will try to be stealthy.
All right, go for it.
You're a monk?
Yep. You didn't see the visage?
No, I thought you were a warlock.
No. That's a stealth of 25.
That's pretty stealthy. You know
Mm-hmm.
what? Lightfinger just feels kind of jealous, and he'll stealth with you. Ah, all right, still pretty good.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
But you know, he's
Actually,
like, I'm not gonna let someone else, you know.
oh, of course. And he'll comment, "You don't ruffle your feathers, little one."
So sure.
So,
So you go north, you see, and you can see pretty far with your dark vision, right? You come to an intersection. There's steps going down to the east and west, right?
Mhm.
To the west, you can see a pool of water in a room. Let me just see how far you can see because you're pretty obnoxious. Yep. To the north, you can tell that it opens up into a very big chasm, right? You can see that there's like this corridor continues as a bridge across the chasm, and you can see lava flowing underneath the bridge.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. And as soon as he's able to like return, he'll convey that information. Okay, west of here, water, and north up, lava. There's lava running below the passage. It's a becomes a bridge. And just hallways to the east.
What do you want to check out first?
Oh, I don't know. I partially go to the water, but I don't know.
Okay, let's check out the water.
Okay. To the west. I'm sorry if I said east by mistake. It's fine.
You
Yeah,
said
to the
west.
Oh, good. Good. All right. Let me grab Dorgle. Boop. Burp. All right. So, so this chamber is unlit, but a number of you have dark vision, and Little Poorer probably has. You going the wrong way? You going that way, Little Poorer? You're going all over the place. Are you lagging? West.
It's
West.
lagging.
Okay, fair enough. I figured. Um, but okay, so this is a circular room that feels cooler than the rest of the complex, right? Because of the water. I mean, everywhere else you can feel the heat, especially coming from the north. That from the lava room that um, Schuzer described. I'll work on that name. Um, but a pool of water fills the center of this room, and the water surface is as smooth as glass. And but otherwise, it you look down, it's tough to tell how deep it is, but you would estimate between 10 to 15 feet deep. It looks like the water is seeping up through a crack in the floor.
Right.
That's interesting. It zips up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take 10 minutes to cast detect magic.
Okay. That's fine. Um, and no, you're not detecting any magic in the room. It's just almost like an underwater spring, you would say.
It'd be good not to disturb the water spirits.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know what to make of this, but it's just a pool of water as far as I can tell.
Yeah, probably if we swim down, there might be an exit somewhere.
Maybe. Do we want to go keep exploring? And I like, I just don't know what to do here. Why don't we go to the east and see what's over there?
Okay. Are you going as a group, or are people still sneaking around? What's the deal?
I think we should go as a group.
Okay.
Yes, as a group, and I will keep stealth if you want me to roll again. It's okay.
I mean, if you're all going together, it doesn't really matter. Because even if you're stealthy, doesn't mean your friends are.
Be
Right.
stealthy.
All right. So there's a door to the north that little poor and people were kind of walking by.
Yep.
There's also a door near Lurapora now to the south, as well as some other doors you see further down the corridor. You also
Opening
can
over
see
here.
some steps going north as well.
Why don't we move up to the steps?
If sure. All right, so little poor, she goes around the corner. Hold on, little poor. 1 second. 1 second. Hey, everyone's running around. Uh, sure. So 1 second. So little Pora and Everlight, why don't you make a stealth roll for me, please?
Okay.
And let me compare that to these guys. Oh, never mind.
Told you I'm stealthy.
Not today.
I'm trying to find the stealth
Don't don't
option.
don't worry about it. Whoa. Oh yeah, sure, no problem. So, as you're walking by the steps and you look north, right? You can see that it opens up into a basically a massive chamber. From what you can see a number of lava shoots of lava coming from the floor and going west. Little Pora, you don't have much of a light. Let me get Everlight for a second. I want to see what he sees. Yeah, Everlight can certainly see more than Little Pora can. But you see a number of anvils and also furnaces, kind of similar to the ones that you saw back in the other room as part of the as part of the barracks, right? These are
Uh-huh.
being used though. You see that there is a someone from the fire cult by the steps. You also see a couple of Azers working one of the anvils nearby. Think of them as fire dwarfs if you don't know who they are, right? That's probably all you guys can see from here. But the one guard kind of catches you guys and says, kind of like, "Hey, what are you guys? What are you guys doing? What are you up to?"
Well, does anyone want to answer him, or are we just going to roll initiative?
Shusu would ruffle his chest feathers up a little bit, gain some stature, and speaking in Ignan because he knows the primordial languages, he'll go like make just a command like, I don't know if he can understand me, so I will not insult him and just go like, stand in attention. You're in the presence of a superior. I don't
Okay.
know. Deception?
Yeah, go for a deception. You can go for it.
Here goes nothing. I'm not very charismatic. I tried.
You tried. Um, he's like, "What? What are you talking about? You're not my superior." And he starts to come down the steps a little bit to see what's going on. If
Oh, apologies, good sir. I don't know. Anybody want to try something?
I'm going to step forward. I'm going to say we are emissaries of whoever it was we met in the air temple. What was her name?
oh, um, give me 1 second. Sorry, it's been a few weeks. I'll put her name in chat so everybody has it. Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah. Assuming I can copy and paste correctly. Boop.
We are emissaries of Erisi Kalanoth, and we are here to inspect the fire temple.
All right, you can go for a deception on that.
Can.
Sure.
Yeah, let's see where my skills are. Attributes. What is this?
um. Yeah, he's not buying it, so he's going to. You can see he's just like kind of panicked because you guys are obviously more powerful for him, so he's going to turn and kind of raise the alarm and then go backwards.
I guess we're
Head
going to
back
roll
up.
initiative then.
Yep, let's go for it.
Reaction to stop him?
You can, or we'll roll initiative first because you're already not buying
Okay.
it twice. So let me just go. Boop. There we go.
Oh, somebody still has. I forget who had the bonus. The plus
Oh,
1d8.
cripes! That was so long
I
ago.
think it was. I think it was Lillipora.
All right, little poor, you can do an extra D8 to your init roll. Um. Oh, duh. I'll just do it this way. I'm making this much harder than I need to. There we go. Boop. And I gotta do this for other people because they're not here. Everlight, you want to go?
I'm trying to find the initiative in the sheet.
Yeah, where is it in the character sheet? That's a good question. It
Right.
should be. Oh, there it is. It's at the very top right.
Top and extreme right. Below proficiency. Below
Okay.
your level.
All right. 1, 2, 3. All right. So, Daedalus, you're up.
Okay. Well, I'm step here. Looks like we're still paused.
Oh, I'm sorry. There you go.
I'll step here.
Okay.
So this is a dwarf. I don't know if
Yeah.
you can see what I'm pointing at.
Yep. I'm
Is that
seeing how far you can
that's the
see.
only other creature I see, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna shoot the guard then with a firebolt.
He looks to be working.
The dwarf.
The dwarf. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not shooting the dwarf, I'm shooting the guard.
Go for it. I gotta switch screens. There we go. 19. Sure, that will hit.
Nice.
Oh wow. Okay. Let me just check. Nope, he's cool. All right, so he takes 20. 20 it is.
I still have some movement left.
Sure.
That's it.
Okay. Little poorer.
I'm gonna attack the guard.
Okay. Smack him.
That guard is gone.
Let me go take a look. 10, that's going to be a miss. You get a second attack. 16 also misses.
Oh, I'm sad.
Uh,
I'm slinking away.
all right. Schuster, as you kind of round the corner there, you see actually a lot more than everyone else does, right?
A little bit, yeah.
So as you're looking down, you can see all the way down the corridor. You do see. Let's see what you're seeing. So you
You
are
think the
seeing.
reservoir? Yeah.
Yeah, you're seeing maybe another. You see a salamander all the way down at the end. You
Oh,
also
hey, we're
see
going agent
you
too?
also see an Afridi that's kind of kind of managing the room.
Mm-hmm.
Those count as fire elementals.
Yeah.
Uh,
Basically, yes. Player to player, character might know a little bit, but not too much.
Because whenever Lightfinger sees them, he could try to dominate one of them.
Oh, it's time. Yep. And actually, Schuster will. Is that his turn?
well, actually, it's Lightfinger's turn. It's not your turn yet.
Oh,
I'm
it's
just letting
Lightfinger.
you know what you're seeing because I know you
Oh,
see
I get
further
it.
than
I
other
get it. Not a
people.
problem.
Yeah.
Don't worry about me. If I can see something, I completely guess what it is. Don't worry too much about it.
All right. Fair enough. So it's Lightfinger's turn, right? So he only moves 25, so he can get to one side of this guard. Let me just take a look at Tinder Strike real quick. On a fire elemental. Fair enough. I guess he'll just take out this guard for you.
Yeah.
All right. No, we do not want to consume that right now. Let's attack. So he doesn't care. So one of the things, as you see in this thing, he has a new flaw that he just attacks without thinking about risks or consequences. So he just
Nice.
kind of moves over and just like lays into the first one. And
Hmm. I wonder if we're
he's
inside a fire node.
gonna hit.
It looks like.
And he does 18, and that doesn't count his. Does that count as other damage? Let me just check.
Does
I don't
not
think
count
it
his sneak
does.
attack. I believe he gets 3d6 for sneak attack.
I'm seeing there's a button for that. There must be.
There must be, but I don't know. I don't know how to implement it.
Probably.
It's not there. Features. Nimbulus background. Screw it. I'm
I'll,
just gonna spin it.
I'll be right back.
Sure. So all told, he does 31. That's
That's not bad.
that's quite a dead guard.
Mhm.
Shuzer, you're up.
Okay. So the Aarakocra at first, just because of instincts, and since we're here, he'll go straight away and again re-invoke the things. Um, so again, this golden eagle structure springs forth from him. He cocks ahead, and basically he wants to assess if the at least the Acers or the other guys he can see are aware and aggressively taking action towards the party.
Um, sure. Give me a perception check.
Okay, good. Let's see. No, that's persuasion. This is perception. I'm good with those.
All right.
Well,
That's good enough. You get you basically kind of um as you as you've been kind of watching this, it looks like that the Azure and the Salamander, they seem to be worker bees. They're working the forge and so forth. They don't seem so much like, and it's almost seems like, the Afridi and the there's actually one or two other guards in the room that's going to take notice of you in a second. Um, they're more there to be the bosses, right? So
got it, got it,
you don't get so much that they are soldiers per se as like I said, worker bees.
got it, got it. Just quickly to whoever he's got Dorgo and Everlight quickly there. We keep aggressions, and he's just waiting for like a yes, go ahead, or no, stay your ground, and we could
Yes,
like
go ahead.
begin. Okay, action. So the Aarakocra moves very swiftly up to here, and just there,
Okay.
kind of like flies, jumps on top of the anvil there, and since his attacks got rich, he's gonna unleash upon that Acer. Like, there's no other way to go around, but you go down, my dude. So Astral Self, 2 attacks. Either one.
You can attack him if you want to, but the way Paul described it, he's not a combatant.
I know.
Okay.
They become guards
Okay.
of the afraid. I'm guessing, and I'm afraid when these guys tell them like intruders, get them. Like, yeah, it's gonna get nasty.
Okay.
So let's try to think them down first. Where's my attack? Astral Self with wisdom. 1, 14, 2, and 18. And let's well, if he goes down, he'll do something else, but if not, he'll keep on wailing.
All right, so you did 18 damage. No, he's bloodied, but he's still up. Oh, what'd you spin to hit a
Oh no,
14?
these are attacks. 14 and 18 for the first.
Oh, I'm sorry. The 18 hit, the 14 did not.
Okay, got it. So 18 is a good. Got it. Damage for the 18.
Yeah, 18 is good.
Let's see. That's 8 force damage onto him, and the winged golden claws go onto him and smack him at least once. And I'm gonna pop the flurry of claws. So 1 key point, and do this 2 more times. At a 1, 12. That's worse. 1 more. Oh my god. Okay, let's get them out of here right now. 1 punch to the face and a buffet of golden feathers around the guy that just are fluttering him about. And Schuster stands his ground. That's my turn.
Okay. Dorgle's gonna move. What's he gonna move? He moves 30. So let's see. 10, 20, 30. Oh yeah, he can see everything now. 10. He's gonna double move and just kind of go into the room. Try and head towards one of the other guards. Everlight, what fun do you want to do?
Well, not really sure as far as where to move to. I'm gonna move here for now.
Okay. Are you gonna shoot anything, or are you just gonna hang out, see what happens?
Yeah, I could shoot the one that's to the east of me.
Go ahead. Whichever one you want. There's the fire dwarves to the eastish. There's the guard. You can hit anything in the room, whatever makes you happy.
Okay, that's Azure, Fire Guard.
Go for it.
All right, the one to the east.
Shoot. Oh, you already did. Well, you didn't yet. Hit the attack button. Nope. Again. That hits. Damage. All right. Lots of guys here. All right, so he takes, it looks like 11. Also, I say, Schuster, when you punch the Azure,
Mm-hmm.
he is just so hot. You're gonna take a little bit of fire
My
damage.
Okay, got it. But I'm 10 feet away from him because my arms give me reach, and they're force damage. It's not my actual hands; it's the projection of the astral self.
Okay, if it's not
But
your
if
actual
you
hands, nope,
roll
that's
it,
fine. Nope.
no,
Uh,
yeah, this is why I'm keen on hitting fire people. I don't get burned that easily.
Fair enough. Nope, because you have to touch it. You're not actually touching him, or
Hmm.
And you're not within 5 feet of it, so that's okay then.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. I'm keeping 10 feet away from the fire.
Fair enough. All right, let's do some spinning. Lots of low rolls. Daedalus, you're up.
So there's a guard in the back here.
Yes.
Oh, and there's a very big Efreet over there
Yes.
who hasn't done anything yet.
He's at the well, the first turn it was, he didn't know anything about it. Now he does, and he's
Sure.
at the bottom of the initiative order. So, nope,
Okay.
he has
Well,
not.
I'm going to suggest to Lightfinger he could try dominating the Efreet.
Okay.
I'm going to move over here, and I'm going to firebolt the guard. So no, oh, actually, better yet, I'm going to. I'm going to mind sliver the Efreet. So save DC 15 intelligence saving throw.
Nice.
All right. On the guard, right?
No, on the Efreet.
On the Efreet. I'm sorry. Intelligence, sure.
That's a fail.
That would be a fail.
Okay, so he
With this
takes
in his face.
5 psychic damage, and the
Okay.
next saving throw he makes is minus 1d4.
Nah.
So I've set him up for Lightfinger.
Okay, fair enough.
Yep, that's the trick.
All right. So,
Concentrating anymore, by the way. I don't know why it has that.
what's that?
I'm no longer concentrating. I don't have anything up.
Okay. Do you need something up?
No.
Okay.
But when I clicked on something and it said dataless active conditions concentrating.
Okay. Yeah, I see it on your. I think I see it here. Yep, it's flagged.
It's in the chat box.
Yeah, there should be a bot that automatically flags the concentration spells for us. So theoretically, we shouldn't forget, but you never know.
But there's nothing to remember here because I don't have any spells up.
Oh, the mind sliver isn't concentration.
No, it's a cantrip.
Oh.
And it's intense.
There. You're not concentrating.
Thanks.
You got it. The Azure over here in the middle of the room, it's going to move, and he's going to smack the Ifrit.
What? That wasn't what I expected.
We're
I sure
liberated.
hope he isn't going to make a saving though, because that'd be very disappointing.
That would be funny. Uh, 13 is not going to cut it. And yeah. That is his turn. Lepore?
Can I see anybody?
Run into the room and you will. Up.
Okay.
I guess you don't because you have stinky sight.
Ah!
Oh, so an Acer just smacked his antler. Okay.
Yep. So, hold on, Vic. Let me give you something here. Uh, Here, I want to give you a temporary bonus. How's that? There.
Oh boy, look at that big guy.
The room is well lit, but I can't like. I guess I could have flopped down a really big torch in here. I thought I did. I guess I didn't. Oh, you know what? Yep, that's why. Okay, I get it. Interesting. Um. So yeah, what do you? So you probably used most of your movement to go that far. Let's say, yeah, pretty much. So you have to move again in order to, but you don't get to attack if you do anything, unless you want to throw stuff at people or have some spell or something like that.
Ooh, maybe I could do something. Who's being attacked right now? Nobody?
Basically, right now, only the one fire dwarf is attacking the Afridi. Everyone else hasn't had a time to do anything yet.
So I could move again and do nothing, right?
You could move again and do nothing. Unless you have a bonus action. What do you have for bonus actions? You'd have to check.
Shield of Faith and not much else.
You have other things you got other things you could do to make people hit better, right? You got bless, you have shield
Mm-hmm.
of faith.
Some
This is,
spell.
yeah, that's true.
These are, if you use protection from good and evil, these are all
Oh, that's a good one.
elementals that would certainly
Mm-hmm.
give you a lot of protection.
That's
Uh,
a really good one to cast.
okay. Protection from good and evil. Okay, I will.
Or actually, it's evil and good. I'm showing my age. It
Real
used to
good.
be called good and evil. Now it's evil and good.
Oops. I did it on the wrong page. Hold on. Got it.
Potato.
Yeah. And in first edition, it was good and evil. In fifth edition, it's evil and good. What can I tell you?
Second edition was good and evil, and third edition was something kind of like good and evil, but I don't recall. And now they switch it because reasons.
I don't know. Keeps us on our
Right.
toes.
Yeah, basically for that to be practical, because other reasons are PC, and I don't go PC.
What? Okay. You'll have to tell me that story later. I don't know what would be PC of good
Oh,
and evil
political
versus.
correctness. I don't do political correctness.
Oh, well, I don't either, but I don't know what would be PC about it. That's all.
Yeah, yeah. The political correctness is
Uh,
awkward. Awkward.
oh, okay, okay. I got you. All right, so you cast your spell. It looks like I see the concentration thing on you.
Hey, nice.
All
I
right,
see, but I'm concentrating.
fair enough. It is Lightfinger's turn. So Lightfinger. So I'm just double checking this darn dagger. Um, cast dominating monster on a fire elemental.
Yes,
So I guess I'll
do
go
it.
with it. I'm trying to figure out if it means a literal fire elemental or an elemental from the plane of fire.
I suspect my guess would be that it's a creature of type elemental and has like a fire subtype.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's what I'm going with. So let's see. So dominate monster. Do. I know the spell, but I don't know the range of it offhand. So how close does he have to be? Just real quick.
I can look it up.
I did too. It's 60 feet. He would
Sure.
be no problem. He can easily get there, right? So he will go there and he'll give it a go. Where's his darn thing? There it is. So I do that, and I'm going to say consume the special thing. So he would have to make a DC 17. It is a wisdom save.
Yep.
And he has a, what was it? A minus 1d4?
Correct.
Uh-huh.
All right. So wisdom, save. I wonder if you can unbonus and say negative 1d4. I'm going to try it. We'll just subtract it. We'll just put it back if it doesn't work out. Because
In average, you can do that, like, yeah, negative.
looks like it worked. Let's see.
I
Because
think it worked.
4,
Yeah.
yeah, because we 4. It should be 10, but he spun a 7. So yes, he fails.
Nice. Oh my god, so good.
So the Ifrit is charmed. If you or the creatures that are friendly to it are fighting it, it has advantage on the saving throw. Okay. If you or creatures that are friendly to it. So it doesn't know whether if you or creatures that are friendly to it are fighting it. You
It just
haven't
means that
fought it
they're
yet.
friendly to you,
No,
right?
You
no one
haven't
has.
fought it yet. You have a telepathic link, or he has a telepathic link to it. You can issue commands. You got it. You can use your action to take a total and precise control of the target. Okay, until the end of your next turn. Okay. The creature only does the actions you turns. It doesn't do anything that you don't allow it to do during this time. You can also cause the creature to take a reaction. Each time the target takes damage, it must make a new wisdom saving throw against the spell. If the saving throw succeeds, the spell ends. Okay. Duration 1 hour. All right. Cool. So he is charmed. Um
If we
you can use your action to take total and precise control of the creature. So I guess that would be next round,
right,
right?
Exactly.
Because it cost you the action to cast it this round. Okay.
right.
Okay. I'm
If
just
it's
making
still,
sure. I don't usually have to worry about the 8th
yeah,
level spells that
yeah.
much.
If it's still dominated when combat is over, Lightfinger could have it tell Schuster whatever information it has about this place.
Okay.
Hopefully, we can prevent it from taking damage, since that will potentially break the spell.
Yep, yep. Take that Acer off of him.
Schuster, are you able to tell the Azers to stop attacking?
Yes, I'm gonna try.
All
Oh,
right.
could that be a free action? Like, now that I mean, Schuster started up like mentioning, here's a superior of you, and kind of failed miserably, but he'll reattempt to assert control in the situation. Yeah, I mean, that's not my character's function at all. We have better people suited for that, but I'm the
Well,
like translator, so
I think
Schuster
you're
is
the
more
only
like
one. I
yeah,
think
yeah, I know.
you're the one who speaks Ignan.
Yeah, of course. Then, and this is why he's attempting to like convey the that he's a servant of the more charismatic ones. But yeah, not speaking the language is gonna make it tough and basically rely myself. I don't know if we could combine our actions to something. I don't know. I will give help to whoever's like telling them to do the thing, and I would just be like paraphrasing in Ignan. I guess that would be the best course of action. Like, me gives the help action by translating whatever is the person doing something, and use his charisma instead of mine.
Do you have that language? I didn't think you did.
Yes, primordial. I took it. Yeah.
Oh, you took primordial. Very nice.
Yeah. Schuster is kind of like keen in he already knew Oran, the wing speak is a speech, but Terran, Ignan, and Aquan are where he's like weak spot. So yeah, he learned them.
Okay. Well, one second. We'll get to you in a second because no one else can move before you get to them anyway. So let me get these other guys going real quick.
Got it,
Oh,
got it.
actually, I guess it does matter. So let me do this. Let me get this guy going because he moves. He'll use a. This guy here will move about to here, and he can use a heavy crossbow at say Dorgal because he's right there.
Sure.
Sure. That's gonna hit. Dorgal will take 8. And I'm pretty sure he gets 2 attacks. Let's double check. Let's see. Oop, wrong dude. This dude here. No, he only gets 1 with the crossbow. Never mind.
Loading property, yeah.
All right.
That's a big one. The salamander. Oh my god.
Cool. So what are you saying, Shuzer?
Oh no, was player sharing with my peers that yeah, we should brace for it. But my character is more like fascinated by the salamander, this first time encounter, and he's like big, right? Huge size, 4 squares in total.
I was just saying you guys were trying to communicate with them. So what were you? Who was doing what, and how was that going on? This is what I thought I heard.
Got it. No, yeah. Chooser will, if anyone else wants to like try something, will give the assistance in translating into Ignan what that person is. We'll just add in Ignan that he's like a servant to this person, and they are conveying something, and yeah, whatever is that is translated. I basically want to do the help action. And personally, Chooser is like admiring the salamander specifically. First time meeting one of those.
I believe the goal was to try to get the Azers to stop attacking the Ifrit.
Yeah, that's goal number 1.
So you're telling him to do that? Yes. Or is someone telling him and you're translating? Is that what's going on?
I prefer if
Yes.
someone else tells him and I just translate, but could work or the other way. I don't know.
I think only Lillipora is trained in diplomacy or
Equation.
persuasion.
All right, spin for it, little poorer. And you can add help action is a D4.
Is an advantage normally.
Is it normal? Okay, my bad.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking of a spell. Sorry, I got spells on the brain.
Guidance, yeah.
Spin again, advantage. Oh, you did spin advantage. Holy crap.
Mm-hmm.
It's impossible.
Maybe there's not
That's
taking it.
that was also perception rather than persuasion.
that is true.
Oh,
Try
yeah.
try
You're right.
persuasion, please.
There
Much.
you go.
There we go. All right.
Now will you please listen what I have to say?
So, what did you tell him to do?
Stop attacking.
Stand down.
Okay.
I mean, Caesar will try to. That's Lollipora's charisma. he'll just be paraphrasing and adding some little flourish here and there in Ignan. Like Ignan is kind of arrogant language. It's like, I don't want to be rude, but to me, it's like Russian or Arabic languages that it sounds very aggressive, like German also, in that sense. So that's what I mean with arrogant. In this sense, it's commanding.
Okay, that's cool. All right. The salamander just kind of looks at the both the monk and the paladin, and he just kind of hangs out for right now. He doesn't do anything. Um, this guard here, basically, it looks like Dorgal was in his way.
Often.
Yep, that's kind of what he does. He's going to do a spear attack. And he's actually going to do 3 of them.
Wow.
And he only hits once.
Oh, very impressive.
Okay, so damage. Oops, wait a minute. Yep. Go for it. He'll take 5. All right, the monk's up.
Awesome. Okay, so he'll do like this gesture of sorry, and maybe in Ignan he also tells the Acer that got the wing buffet from him earlier, like, stand down, my bad. And he then takes like a jumping leap over here ish and flies off over the lava to land over here.
Okay.
As he lands over there, he will, what's the word, seize the momentum, that's the word, and sweep the leg and then buffet this stupid guard that's launching darts at his fellows. So well in on that.
Go for it.
So first attack 9, second attack, come on, okay, another key point bonus action, keep doing this, one more, 23,
There you go.
11. 9s for damage in his face. I hope he dies.
All right. So you did. Is that 20 total? No, wait. That's the attack roll. 9 total. Sorry.
9 damage. Yeah. 4 attacks, just 9 damage. I mean, that's monks at 6 level for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not even bloodied. He's a beefy dude.
I understand. That's the turn. That's the turn. Thank you.
All right. The Caesar, little poor was very convincing. He's just going to hang. Dorgal is going to go after this guard. Still the only poor guy without a magic weapon. Let's
You
see.
could always take Lightfinger's short sword.
Yeah, he may could do that later. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Too many windows open. He gets 2 attacks, right? Yep. Boop. Hit, and that's good for 2. So I believe he has a shield. Yes, he does. So he does not do the versatile. 10 and 8 is 18. Okay. This other guard, he's pretty beefy too. He is also still not bloodied. This Ager is just going to kind of disengage to make sure little Poor doesn't accidentally smack him and kind of
Yeah.
go in the back corner of the room there.
Mhm.
Everlight, you're up.
Well, trying to decide if I should attack that same Azer again.
The Azers are not fighting anymore.
Okay.
You're better off just attacking the guards.
And where's the
There
nearest guard?
is, you only can see the one guard that's fighting Dorgal right now. There is one, you can see it at the side of the room. I'll let you shoot him too, if you want. He is down there a ways.
Well, I'll do the closer one.
Okay, fire
The one
away.
I'm
That's gonna hit. No.
okay.
Damage from 1. Okay. All right, Afridi's turn, which isn't much right now, right? So he is charmed, and um,
I think the dominate spell basically says he just doesn't do anything
yeah,
unless
he
he's
just
giving orders.
hangs. Yep, I was just making sure. And cool. All right, Burp. Daedalus, you're up.
I'm gonna firebolt the guard that's next to Dorgal.
Go for it. Um, 15. Nope.
I'm gonna fly over here. Oh, apparently these are acting like walls, so I'm gonna fly over the lava over
You
here.
can. They kind of are. I'm not sure what kind of walls they are, but that's what kind of threw me is that the way the download put the things there, they put like a semi barrier around that so people wouldn't fall off into the lava, but it's
Right.
also blocking the light from the lava, which I kind of did not expect.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Um,
I'm done after that.
yeah. So like the lava is lit, but it doesn't light anything else in the room, which is
Uh,
and it's flowing lava. It's not like it's a one that's cooling, right?
right.
So in fact, I can probably do this. Hold on one second. If I do that, I could probably do something like this. One, 2. That probably helps. Now, if I go back to Little Poor for a second, token vision, and put her back to where she's supposed to be, she would probably still see the room. Yes, she does. Cool. All right. Sorry. Playing around with Foundry. So you're done, right? So this Asia is also going to disengage and kind of hang out in the back. Lapora, you're up.
Okay, can I attack the guard that's nearest to me?
Go for it. It's a miss. You get another one?
Nope.
Nope. All right. So the thief is going to take his turn to basically dominate the Ifrit.
Yes.
I don't
Uh,
think we want the Efreet attacking anything because we don't want it to take damage.
okay.
So I think it's actually better if Lightfinger just like sneak attacks the guard or something.
Well,
Because
his action is to dominate it, right? So he can like he can use an action to take total and precise control of the target until the end of next turn.
Okay,
Until the end
I
of
will
the
use.
yeah. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead.
No, go
Uh,
ahead.
uh, okay, Caesar will use one of his that takes no action, but it I don't know how you control. I will limit this to a couple of seconds. Visage of the astral self allows me to use word of the spirit. I can see Finn and Littlefinger, and into his mind, I'll project in common, of course, very politely, like, yes, dominate him and put him out of danger. Put him inside that room where he was supervising. We'll take care of everyone else, and nobody else hears this. Just like, yeah, suggesting protect the freed control, like putting inside a cape.
Okay, I think that's reasonable. Sure. So the Ifrit moves like 20 feet into the cave,
Hmm.
and he just
The Acer has stand down, so we just take care of the guards, and that's it.
yep, and he'll hang there. That's fine.
Awesome. Unless Mr. Big Salamander there tries to something wonky, but I don't know.
No, he's listening a little poor. He's just kind of hanging.
Awesome. Awesome.
Um. So all right. This guardian that's near you, Azure, is going to move forward and try and go after you.
That's the wrong move.
All right. All right. He's got to do what he's got to do.
Oh yeah, of course.
He gets 2 longsword attacks.
That's okay. My AC is actually really bad, but yeah,
17.
that's a hit. Unless I can use a reaction spend key to do something. I don't remember. Let me get it if it's a bonus. I mean a reaction.
You can check. Go ahead.
Yeah, really quickly. Patient defense, but that's a bonus action. That gives me the dodge. No, it's no problem. I'll take it.
Okay. You take
That's
5.
right. I can deal with that.
Okay. So it's kind of like roll 20, right? You can if you there you go. You got it.
Yeah, no,
The salamander is just like I'm going to hang here by the side, let you guys do your thing.
really good.
All right, so this guy here, he's got 2 guys womping on it. Give me a die, give me a die, give me a die. Actually, you know what? He's been after Gorgo. He's the one who kind of started this whole mess with him, so he's going to try and finish him.
Mm-hmm.
He'll get the little pour in a second.
How many hit points does he have?
You don't know.
No, Dorgal.
Oh, okay. Dorgal has 47 remaining. He only got hit once. And he'll take 5. All right, Monk's turn. Schuster, you're up.
Okay, sorry. Was
That's okay.
looking at something. Continue wailing on the guy. Even if he closes in, he still gets the punches from the astral arms. I hope he gets smacked more. Okay, let's do this. 1. Come on. 2. Hey, that. Oh, I don't know if that's a hit, but that's better than 14. And spend 1 more key point.
You need a 17. You missed by 1.
Okay, that's a miss. Okay. Yeah, the last one. Okay. Give me a hit. Yeah,
There
there's
you
one.
go.
At least I'm putting some damage onto the guy for 5 more damage, and I'll keep my last key point there for something else.
Okay. Okay. He's getting a little rougher, but he's not bloodied yet. The Zazers are just kind of hanging out. Chirp. All right. Dorgle's just gonna, the half orcs having fun. They're just trading blows. All right, he got 1 in there. 7. Everlight.
Okay. Let's see. Who should I attack?
Pick a guard. Any guard. There's one with the monk and one with Lepore and Dorgal.
Oh, that's Razor Blast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, I'll attack him.
Go for it. Nope. Try again. Nope. Are you going to stay where you're at?
Guess I could move a little closer.
It's up to you. There's no reason you have to. All right. The Freets is told to hang out. Daedalus, you're up.
How about the guard that Lillipore is fighting?
Sure. That's a hit.
And then I'm going to move. Try to move. There we go.
All right. He's not taking any damage from your firebolt.
Oh, resistant to fire. Neat. Or immune to fire. Okay, good to know.
This one is immune.
I guess resist would be half.
Resist would be half, yes.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
this guy's just like, ooh, that tickles.
Okay. I'll switch to something else.
Little Pora, you're up.
Okay.
Come on, hit him with knowledge.
Knowledge?
Yeah, it's your flare books.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't quite get where you're going with that. I'm like, knowledge? They're magical chains of books.
So yeah, you weren't. I don't know if you were back, Javier, but Little Poor's weapon she got from a Candlekeep adventure, and
Got it.
it's a chain with a bunch of books on the end, and it counts
I
as a
got it.
+1 flare. You've seen it before? Okay.
Mhm. Oh no, the first time, but I'm yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Now that you mentioned Candlekeep, that makes sense.
Yep. Yep. That's a hit. You get a second attack. You can do damage for that one, but he's not going to die from it. So whatever you want to do it. That's 9. And go again. That's also a hit. So 9 and 12 is 21. Those are good hits.
Hey.
Hey, he's bloodied.
Oh, finally.
Finally.
All right, so it's Lightfinger. What do you want him to do? I mean, he could just. I mean, he
Can he
only
sneak attack somebody?
moves. He could. He won't
Seems
do
like
the
the best
extra. He
option.
won't do the extra fire damage to the one that's closest
Yeah,
to him.
I mean, he can't do the extra 5 damage to anyone, presumably.
All right, he's gonna go for it. He has to use his bonus to get that far, by the way, because he only moves
Okay,
25. He's a small halfling.
right.
Boop. Go for it. That's going to hit. And all right, I gotta subtract the fire, but I gotta add the 3d6, right? 1 second. Yep, I gotta look up where that
You
thing
could
is.
just add 1d6.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. All right, well, I'll net it out. Um, actually, it was just 1 point less, so it looks like it nets to 16 points of damage. Okay. Where am I? All right.
He's got me in front.
Da, 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 da. Nope, never mind. He's dumb. All right, he's going after. He's just going after Dorigal. Mono e mono. He doesn't care. 2 hits. 10 and 4 is 14.
But that's the Guardian or the Razor Blast.
That's it was the Razor Blast he was hitting.
Oh.
Does it matter? They both have the same AC actually.
Oh
He
no, my bad. You're at the Razor Blast. Sorry.
That's okay. I was wondering where you were coming from, that's all.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I did him out of order. You're right. So I'll say the Razor Blast did his attacks on Dorigal now, and I have to do the attacks on you with the Flame Guardian.
That's
I did it out of order. My bad.
not a problem. That keeps it dynamic.
So let me attack the monk.
Oh yeah, that hits. 14 misses.
Cool. 1 hit. You take 4.
Okay, I can do it.
All right, now we're on the same page. Sure, you're up. I really blur that together. The monk is up.
Okay. Just kind of a couple of.
By the way, is your I'm not as familiar with the way of the astral self. I haven't read that in a while. Is that a concentration to keep that up?
Nope.
Okay, I didn't think so.
No,
Go
that's
ahead.
part of the features. Spending key subsides the concentration.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's like the invocations for the warlocks. Yeah.
Gotcha.
This is the most warlocky monk. Okay, let's try do this again. 22. Second attack, 13. Ah, this is gonna take me a while, honestly. I need something. I'll tell you later. 7 more damage on this dude. But yeah, I'm keeping him busy.
You're
That's
keeping him
it.
busy. I'll say he's bloodied officially.
Nice.
All right. Go get him, Dorgal. 2 hits. 11 and 12. 23. Nice. He's getting around. He's round critical. He's looking hurt.
Good.
Everlight,
Okay, I'll go with the same target.
go ahead. Nope. Nope. Frida's term. Daedalus, you're up.
Well, I'm not gonna firebolt him, that's for sure.
That's fair.
I guess I'll do Mind Sliver.
Okay.
DC 15 Intelligence save.
Okay. Nope.
Take 7 damage.
Okay.
And if he ever has to make a saving throw, it's minus 1d4. And
All right.
I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move again.
Okay. Little poorer.
Okay, is my concentration spell still working?
Yep. That it is.
Okay. So he was at disadvantage last time, and he
He-
still will be.
He hasn't been hitting you, but yes, he.
Doesn't it go against Dorgal too, that he's at disadvantage?
No, it's if any one of those different types of creatures attack you, it would be at disadvantage.
Oh, just me.
Just you, right? And it's only against. So these guys seem more humanoid, so you're not exactly sure if the spell would work against these guards. But if the Afridi or some of these other guys who are elementals were attacking you, they would definitely be at disadvantage.
Okay,
Like
I'll pass.
they're humanoid, but they're also kind of altered, right? So you're not exactly sure whether or not the spell will work against the guards. That hits. Oh, he is very critical. One more hit would do it, most likely. And that's not it.
We get there. We get.
Do you want Lightfinger to try and finish this guy?
Can he reach the other guy? Because it's probably kind of a waste to use a sneak attack on guys
He
instead.
can. If he depends if you want him to disengage or not. If he uses his bonus action for the extra movement, he can get to him. If he
Then
diseng-
just attack them.
okay,
Yeah,
Finish him off.
get rid of that one, and Dugo can move up to help shoot it.
Yeah.
okay. That's going to hit. This I don't have to roll damage. He is very dead. 1 second. Let me check him out. As he dies, he also, like, his chest just explodes. Basically, in flames and just scatters shrapnel from his armor to anyone within 10 feet. So that would not be Everlight, but it would be the 3 that are nearby.
At least they get a bonus for Lillipora.
They do. You need a 12 dexterity saving throw, please, for Little Poorer. I have the other 2.
Oh, they already give protection.
Little Poorer gives plus, what is it, +5 for all saving throws? Whatever it is, +3, +5.
3.
3. She's not high enough yet for the bigger one. I'm used to her another
With
paladin.
dexterity saving throw?
Yep.
All right. Normal?
Yes. Nope. Little Poor, you take 16. Durgal, Dex. Durgal also takes 16.
Damage.
Dominic, you're taking a lot of. I don't know what's on with your mic, but I keep hearing like interference or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my cat Zeus is going crazy.
Okay.
I'm moving around a bit to try to stay
That's
on top.
okay. Lightfinger is also going to do this. So, of course, Lightfinger makes it. So, Lightfinger takes 8. But Lightfinger is going to have to make a concentration check on his Dominate monster spell.
Oh, rough. At least he gets a bonus on that one, too.
He does. So, that would be It's a.
Constitution save.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, let's see. He gets 3. Oh, crit save. Good for him. It's like, nope.
Do I have to do that too?
Actually, you do. Yes. Just keep your spell. Yep. It should have pinged you for it. I don't know if it did or not.
Doesn't give me a button to push, but just where do I go? Constitution?
Yes. It did. The message did come up. I didn't know. I don't know if a pop-up box came for you, but yes, just do
Check or saving throw?
Constitution. It doesn't matter. I don't think. Save is fine.
This is a save.
Yeah. Yep. No problem.
Thank goodness.
All right. And this dude, boom. All right. Let's see what we can do to this monk. Did the 16 hit?
16 is the armor class. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Take 7.
Ouch.
All right, monk, you up the bat.
I need to bring this guy down
Mm-hmm.
when this is gonna happen, but I'll keep at it. Another attack for no. Another attack for yes. Okay, slowly but surely, we're getting there. 4 more force damage to these guys. I'm still hitting with the astral arms, even though he's 5 feet of me. I'm still like punching down at him, and you see this golden eagle claws just ripping and swinging about, and just once in a while, one of the talents will connect and just rip some onto him. That's it. That's my turn.
Okay. All good. All right, so Durgal is kind of feeling kind of rough. Let's see.
Suggestion: a second win, maybe.
I'm just seeing what else, if he has anything he can do. That's. Oh, you know what? I'm going to give him back a few hit points. 1 second. So did he pass that save or did he fail that save? He passed it, right? Let's see.
I believe so.
Actually, he failed,
Oh no, he failed.
but he should have passed because he actually has a ring of fire resistance.
That's it.
So I am going to give him back some of those hit points. So instead of 16, he should take 8. So he should get 8 back. All right.
Nice.
Well, he feels a little better about that. Um. Yeah, I don't know. How far can he move? He can move 30. He can't get there in 1 turn anyway. You know, he's kind of wary of more exploding people. He's just gonna you know what he'll do? He'll kind of go around. Let me figure out where that thing again. Hold on. Dirt. If he goes here, which one is it? Is it the control?
Yeah, use
There
control.
we go. 10, 20, sure. Well, burp, boop. There we go. Dang it. There we go. My bad. He'll move to about there and just try to cut him off from behind in case he tries to run.
That's very smart.
Everlight?
Okay, so what's the nearest guard?
There's one left. All the way down the hall.
Should I move? No, I could still reach it.
You got a longbow, man. You can shoot, across the football field if you needed to.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hit.
Just for hears the arrows coming from behind him, and he just ducks at the last second.
8. You get another attack. Also hits. And another 5. And this guy's almost gone. He's looking pretty rough. We'll say he's critical-ish.
Great.
Daedalus, you want to try and finish him off?
Sure. I mean, can't hurt to try.
Sure.
DC 15 intelligence save.
Oh, that's right. Fire another one.
Those mind slivers, man, those are good.
Intelligence save. Burp.
Woohoo!
Nope.
Burn.
What do you got?
Take 5.
He's hanging on by a thread.
Oh, magic pixel.
He's holding his head. He's just like, ah.
Lolipora takes that kill.
Little Pora. You gonna have to throw a javelin out of him, Little Pora. I don't think you can get there in one move.
So I figured.
Try again. Take out another javelin. You just
Okay.
have like a little golf bag on your back. You just pull them out and
Right.
chuck them.
Mm-hmm. Hey, that
Damage.
and that's it.
Yeah, he's dead. This one does not explode.
I got one.
But in order
Yeah.
to teach user, the Arakokra that's been fighting this guy goes like turns towards the draconic figure, and just because she's a dragonborn, he goes like and does like a thumb up with a he nods very dramatically towards her like I'll let this slip because you kill him, and like a thumb up with a bunch of feathers.
You were breaking
Uh,
up there at the end. I'm sorry.
sorry, just like a thumb up with his wings and feathers, like ruffling it up. That yeah, she did it. Also acknowledging that yeah,
Gotcha. All right.
yeah, and
Cool.
they'll be suggesting like we should be heading to that freight, right?
Yep. I mean, it's just a check, right? Because it's been a little bit over around 3 hours, give or take. Do
Yeah.
folks
Oh
want
yes,
to stop here for now?
Yeah.
Either way, it's fine with me.
I mean, we can stop here this time. I'm fine with that, and that way you
Okay,
guys can question them next time, right?
sure. Yep.
Um,
Okay.
just out of curiosity's sake, right? Because